Hi, I'm Judy Tyabji. Thank you very much for joining us today. As forecast, as predicted, today we're bringing you a very special presentation. It's under the heading of personal issues. As you know, in the past, we've dealt with things like lifestyles, relationships, and risk planning, something we're going to return to. Today, we're looking at predicting your future or our common future. We've just started a new year. And last year at this time, Czech TV actually had, the astrologer who joins us today, came on to predict 1997. It had a pretty good track record. We also have with us a handwriting analyst, a psychic. He will look at tarot cards, and we'll be taking calls from you on that. Some of you faxed in handwriting samples, so he'll be looking at those and giving you just a thumbnail sketch. We have to remember that whatever they provide us with today, it's very superficial compared to what they would provide in a personal reading. But first, let's give you this background on Mac McLaughlin. Victoria astrologer Mac McLaughlin sees things most of us don't. Last February, he predicted troubled times ahead for the royal family.
The spring and fall of 1997 shows some tragedy happening in the family.
McLaughlin was especially concerned about the future of young Prince William.
Yes, I think out of all of the royals that he should be, his activity in travel should be curtailed. He should take it very easy and watch the traveling especially. Mars, Saturn, and Pluto are all in a conjunction.
When Princess Diana died, many of McLaughlin's predictions came true.
The 8th and 9th houses in astrology came up dramatically. The 8th house is the house of death, and the 9th house is the house of foreign countries. So I had made some comments that they should be exceedingly careful while traveling and curtail traveling as much as they possibly could, and to watch for crashes. And
here are some of the other predictions McLaughlin made for 1997. You judge how close he was.
Victorians will reevaluate and take stock of what is real. Excellent chances for balance in the economy. A great effort to pick up the economy. Housing prices will drop. Interest rates stable.
So what's ahead for 1998? Well, it's all in the stars. And so we'll be hearing from you. We'll be taking your calls and talking to our guests, and we'll take your calls to this number after the break.
I trust my common sense. So when they asked me to switch from my softener to Ultra Downy at almost twice the price, I thought, you're crazy. But I've switched. When I saw how much I usually use compared to Ultra Downy, surprising. It only costs about 12 cents a load, and the Ultra Downy ball makes it so easy. But what really got me? How much softer our clothes feel and smell so fresh. Best 12 cents I ever spent.
Come on in to Downey.
I'm in.
We wish you a Moxie's Christmas. We wish you a Moxie's Christmas. We wish you a Moxie's Christmas and a Moxie New Year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
When should you plant geranium cuttings? What's the only time of year to safely move peonies? How long can live Christmas trees remain indoors? Get answers to these and other questions by ordering the Get Up and Grow Gardening Guide and Calendar for 1998. Gord Nickel, host of the Get Up and Grow TV show, has compiled over 360 useful tips to help novices and green thumbs alike succeed in the garden. All of this timely information has been combined with rich botanical illustrations to give you an invaluable resource.
Hi, I'm Gord Nickel, host of Get Up and Grow, seen every Saturday morning on Czech TV. Order the Get Up and Grow Gardening Guide and Calendar now, and you'll receive a Forget-Me-Not seed package at no extra cost.
To order your gardening guide and calendar, send $12.99 plus $2 shipping and handling to the address on your screen, or call 1-888-456-5577 and have your credit card handy. The guide is also available at Canner Nursery in Victoria, Abbotsford, and Chilliwack. Call now and get growing in 1998.
It's here, Czech TV Tuesdays at 8 p.m. for JAG, which means Judge Advocate General, Navy officers who serve on the Navy's legal staff. Now, if you want to know what Angels, Bingo, HUD, and Huey stand for, you'll just have to watch. JAG, Tuesdays. It's here, Czech TV.
And when we think to the future, how many of us think we can predict it, whether it's through astrology, tarot cards, or in our personal lives, handwriting analyses? We have two people with us who say that there are some things that can be seen, whether in the stars or in the cards. And they join us today. Mac McLaughlin is someone you saw in the story we showed you earlier, and he's an astrologer based in Victoria, but actually known around the world, especially in the last year. And Trapper is a handwriting analyst who also reads tarot cards. Thank you both for joining us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Now, 1998, this is something that and I should mention that we're going to try to get as many calls in as possible. We're going to try to alternate. If you're calling in because you want to talk to Mac McLaughlin, we'll need your date. And if you want to talk to Trapper, then I guess you'll need to know their hair color.
Right.
Okay, so two very different things. I'm going to start with you, Mac. Looking ahead to 1998, what do you see?
What I see for 1998 for Victoria is I think that our economy is going to be okay on a local level. We might find that the forecast for the nation might overshadow what we will do, though. I suspect that the Asian markets are going to cause trouble in the stock market in the West here as well. There might very well be a crash in 1998. And
Yikes.
I think most players know that anyway, that the markets are really overrated at this point. I believe that our Prime Minister, if he doesn't take much more time for himself, might become ill this year.
Okay.
He may not be able to finish his term from what I see.
All right.
I can see that possibly Bill Clinton will get roped into another spat with Saddam again. And we know that Saddam has more anthrax right now, enough to kill the whole planet. So I can see some pretty nasty things coming up in the Middle East.
All
For
right.
us on our local economy, though, I think that we'll do fairly well as Victorians, as we usually do.
Okay, and I guess I should ask you too, because I told people I was going to. Today's my birthday, and
Yes.
I let you know ahead of time. And a year from now, we'll see how appropriate. I get to be the guinea pig, I suppose, then.
Well, you're certainly almost a saint now, and you're heading that way
Oh
more
my
and more.
goodness! I did not pay him to say that.
Yes, she did.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Well, I'll tell you what, if astrologers were attending your birth, I'm sure they would have been quite excited. You have wonderful aspects between the planet Jupiter and the Sun at your birth, which implies that you probably will always do quite well. There's an implication even in the previous lives that you may have attained a fairly high degree of spirituality, so that in this lifetime it comes back as a gratuity in your spiritual bank book. So,
Well, like a bonus points.
yes,
Oh.
so I think that you could probably, without much effort, do quite well, and with effort probably will be known and remembered throughout your life for what you do.
Well, that's very nice. That's a nice birthday present. Now, I want to bring you to this, Trapper. You actually did some readings for a local magazine with anonymous handwriting analyses, and mine was one of them. And I have to tell you that you did very well at predicting
you.
my personality.
Thank you.
How do tarot cards work?
Okay, all I have to know is the color of hair of a person, and I can start from there.
And what is it that you're drawing on? Like what kind of energy?
Pictures, symbols, emblems, things like this, and it's the way that the cards fall, and you read one symbol according to the other card.
Okay, and you also have some handwriting samples that you'll
Yes.
be going over during the show. Okay, and I think Lee Mackenzie's is in there, and so is V. Cooper's, so we'll see what you get from them a little later. Many of the
Okay.
viewers will know them. But we'll go to the phones early today, and to see if we can get as many people in as possible. Let's start with Denise in Campbell River. Hi, Denise.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead.
I'm wondering, do you want natural hair color or do you want chosen hair color?
Natural hair color.
Natural hair color.
Okay, chestnut brown.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
Okay, now here, a person will come into your life, a young person with dark hair and dark eyes, who has had his heart pierced with sadness and sorrow 3 times, and it will change your life entirely. You'll be like starting out on a whole new adventurous journey.
Well, that's very interesting. Okay, thank you, Denise. And you can tell it from hair color?
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Well, I try to be a bit of a skeptic sometimes too, but we'll see. Now this call is for you, Mac, and it's Chris in Campbell River as well. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Hi. I guess we need a date from you.
No, well, actually, the person who answered got the date.
Oh, okay. Well, they're not with us right now.
Okay, I'll tell you then.
Okay.
The date is September 17th, 55.
September 17th, 75.
55.
Oh, 55.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let Mac respond to that now.
Okay. Okay, your birth on the 17th of September, 55, puts you in the sign of Virgo with the moon in Libra. Well, one thing about Virgo types is they certainly need to be needed. They really need to belong and be part of things. And Virgo is symbolized by the Virgin with a sheath of wheat or corn in her arms. actually an excellent thing that this is a good year for you, and you should push on to whatever it is that you really want to affect and that you really want to do. And you might be quite troubled or worried right now about some controversy that might be unfolding in your life. But I would say, never mind, carry on with the good work and good deeds, and I'm sure that you'll find that 98 is a very productive year for you, very good year for you.
And you're just, now I should show people what you're looking at.
Sure.
Okay, this is called
An ephemeris?
The American Ephemeris for the Century.
Yes.
Okay, now this is what he's reading. And I know you don't have to be able to read it, but those are the charts you're reading, and that's got to be something that you learn over time.
Well, astrologers are wired a little bit different than most of society. We have a different antenna and a different way of interpreting life, I guess you can say.
So you sort of feel like you were born with that calling?
I think so. I don't think that the average person has the ability to really interpret the stars. I think it is a special place.
I'll have to take you on your word.
Yes.
Let's talk to Jake in Nanaimo, and I believe you'd like to talk to Mac as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
My birthday is June 7th, 1970. And also, I've seen a thing where the Mayans have predicted that doomsday would be December 23rd, 2012. I was wondering if those numbers meant anything.
Okay, well, that's an interesting two questions.
Yes, they don't make any sense for me. I think that 2012 will be another year like any other year for us.
You've had that question before then?
Oh, many times,
Oh, I
yes.
see. Okay.
Yeah, his birth again is June 7th, 1970?
June 7th, 1970, yeah.
Well, he's born in the middle of Gemini, so whenever I relate to the Geminis, I say hello, hello to both of them.
I have a sister who's a Gemini.
Oh, yes. Now, Geminis have been given the gift of practical, logical reasoning. Geminis are very, very good at sussing things out. I call them the jack of all trades, master of 3 or 4. I call them the trivia freaks, actually. They seem to pick up on all kinds of information. One writer said that the Gemini never really is the real cowboy, but they're excellent at playing the part of the cowboy. Also, there could be some love in your life. I don't know how things are going presently for you, but there's an excellent alignment in February for you, so you should get out there and socialize, which I think is another thing that Geminis can do well.
Isn't that something? Okay, now let's talk to Shannon in North Vancouver, and you'd like to talk to Trapper. Shannon?
Hello?
Yes, it's your turn.
No, actually, my name is Hillary.
Oh, I'm sorry. I seem to have the wrong line. Okay, Hillary in Surrey then.
That's right.
Okay, well then you're with Mac. Okay.
That's right.
There is someone there for you, Trapper. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Hillary.
Your birthday?
It's June 9th, 1969.
Another Gemini. Okay. Do you have a question? Is there something that you want to know about?
Oh, in regards to personally, I feel like I'm on this path, but I can't quite see. I have a feeling in my heart of where I want to go, but I don't know how to get there. I know that I'm the only one in my way. I'm just wondering if you have any advice on
I do.
how I can help myself.
Okay, well, that's a very constructive question.
It is, yes. And when you're standing in the doorway, it's hard for people to get through. You have Venus in the early degrees of the sign Taurus. By the way, anybody born in 1969, 1970 is what they're going through, what is called the Saturn return.
Everybody
Yes.
sort of in that area?
Anybody around 29 to 30 years old will be going through the Saturn return. So what this tells me that in the summer of 1998, you'll be making very important decisions about personal matters. One thing when Saturn comes along knocking on the door, he asks, what can you eliminate? What is not worthy in your life? Inappropriate working conditions, inappropriate health habits, inappropriate relationship problems. Oftentimes when Saturn comes around, they come glaringly into focus.
You're kidding. So if someone was born in 1970, then all that stuff's going to come home and they can discard what they don't need.
Well, check the divorce dockets for people 28 to 30.
I have a sister born in 1970 who's just going through divorce, lost weight, got rid of her job, and I was just laughing about that. But anyway, okay.
There it is.
Now we have Bonnie from Victoria, and it's for Trapper. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi there.
Hi. Go ahead.
I was just actually interested. I had a very interesting 1997 full of good and bad. I just wondered if he had any information for
He
me.
needs your hair color.
Blonde.
Blonde. Naturally blonde?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
Okay, you can expect a visitor who has dark hair and dark eyes, male, and you either grew up with him or went to school with him, or it can also be a relative. And they are traveling from a semi-arid land and will be visiting you within 2 weeks.
Isn't that interesting? And that, now, is the person who's on the line determining which of those cards come up in theory? Is that the theory?
Yeah.
Okay, so when they're on the line, then you put that forward, and of course this is very superficial compared to what you'd do if they were sitting down with you, I guess.
Right.
Isn't that something? How far back do tarot cards go?
Oh, 3,000, 6,000 years.
Isn't that amazing? And how did you learn to do it?
Just practice from a kid. My dad taught me.
Okay. Okay, we have to take a break. We'll be right back. We're talking about the year in advance and things that concern you with an astrologer and a psychic. We'll be right back.
Tyabji is brought to you in part by Metro Lexus Toyota, leaders in customer satisfaction.
You've always known how your touch can comfort your child. Clinical studies have recognized the positive effects of Vicks Vapor Rub for cold symptoms. We call it rub therapy. Combined with your loving touch, Vapor Rub can relieve cold symptoms while comforting your child. The warmth of your touch helps release medicated vapors which quickly relieve your child's nasal congestion and calm coughing from a cold. It also eases aching muscles. Vicks Vapor Rub puts the power to relieve in the palm of your hand.
We all want the mildness of ivory.
Hey!
Oh, you got your ivory. It doesn't have any additives or strong perfumes. That's why I trust the purity of ivory. It's mild on her skin and ours.
Who's got my ivory?
For healthy-looking skin, the look is pure ivory. For a different experience, try Ivory Moisture Care Body Wash with moisturizers.
You think you're alone? You'd be surprised. With the Taking a Stand program, you and your friends can get together and do something positive against crime and violence. Find out how. Call the Youth Against Violence line and take a stand.
Doing what's expected is easy. Exceeding expectations is difficult. Because it takes vision and the desire to share it with others. Just as we do every day. The company is WIC. And around here, our people make ideas fly.
Today we're talking about predicting your future or our common future. Our guests are Mac McLaughlin. He's an astrologer and trapper who is a psychic and does handwriting analysis and tarot card readings. And actually, many of you took the opportunity to fax in samples, and so Trapper's going to give us a couple of quick analyses of those. Now, go ahead.
Okay, this is for Wendy Blakey.
I think it's Blakey. Yeah.
Now, you have a lot of tension in the back of your neck and a bad injury either to the left shoulder or the left neck in the past. Very positive person, outgoing, almost to the point of aggression. You're jealous and possessive for loved ones, and you love people. Your whole life is people. You could not live without people. But at many times you think too lowly of yourself, so you should hold yourself in higher esteem. Think better of yourself. Now, coming into your future, go over any business or anything you're trying to do, and the ones that is positive, leave it, because it'll turn out to negative. And the one that is negative, take it, because it'll turn out to positive and you shall succeed at that.
Okay, when you say leave it, you mean just don't focus on it?
Right.
Okay, so focus on the ones that you think aren't going to work out.
Right.
Interesting, and that's just from handwriting analysis. Yep. Okay, we're going to take a call, and we are going to start with Eileen in Burnaby, and that's a call for Matt. Hi, Eileen.
Hi.
Hi, and I guess we need your date of birth or a specific question.
July the 31st, 1929.
July 31st?
Yes.
1929.
Yeah, I'd like to know the about money and health.
Money and health. Well, those are two very important questions.
It's a question that we all have in our mind. There's no doubt about that. Well, yourself and anybody born around the 31st of July any given year, are going through a tremendous time period of learning right now. The planet Uranus is moving through the sign Aquarius, opposing your sun. So I would imagine that last year you were shot out of a cannon and won't hit the net for probably another year yet.
What does that mean? That she's
It
going
means
through a
that she's
turbulent time?
Yes,
or?
a turbulent time, and actually the fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio, those 4 signs have the most difficulty with change.
Oh.
They're what we call the fixed signs, so they're generally more rigid or more resistant to adaptation. And the planet Uranus, when it comes along, where Saturn helps us to solidify our life, Uranus says you must change. So this is the deal for people born around the 31st of July, that they are being, how could you say, it's radical changes in their life, and they must be elastic and adaptive to...
Okay. Don't fight it.
Don't fight it, really. Go with the flow. Whatever you resists, persists.
And for health?
Same thing. Her back, heart, circular system, cardiovascular, these are all symbols of the sign Leo. And again, the planet Uranus affecting her chart is also affecting her planet Mercury as well, so there's nothing settled here right now for you. But one thing about the planet Uranus, we call him the awakener and the shaker. It always brings something new and out of the blue into your life.
Okay, interesting. Now let's talk to Shannon in North Vancouver, and I understand you want to talk to Trapper.
Yes.
Hi, go ahead.
What is the color of your hair?
Dark brown.
Dark
Okay.
brown. Okay, there go the cards. Oh.
Okay, here you are, sitting in a contented state of life, but do not be deceived. Whatever you're content at, just get up and start moving again, because if you don't, your plans will fail. Because you're facing a number of 10 problems at once, and you will plug away at them all and walk through them one at a time.
Now, is that what that last card is? Can I show them those?
Yeah.
Because that's a strange little thing. Now, I don't know how good a picture you can get of that, but that was the last card to come up. And that's the 10 problems at once that you're talking about?
Yeah.
You focus on one at a time. I've never seen tarot cards before today. Anyway, okay, so sorry, I interrupted you.
Okay.
Was that basically the reading
Yeah.
for her? Okay, yeah, great. Then we will talk to Carrie from Gibson's. And I understand you also want to talk to Trapper.
Yes, please.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
What is the color of your hair?
Reddish brown.
Okay.
Okay. Now here, there is a course or an institution of learning that you will be taking and will gain much wisdom from it. You will have learned to use the wisdom and experience you've been through, put into action, and you will do this. And also a friend who has dark hair with dark eyes.
There again, dark hair, dark eyes.
Yeah,
That's
will
3
turn
times.
out to be a lifelong friend, and the success of the world is offered you if you follow this course or go to this institution of learning.
Okay, well that's kind of a positive message. Now we'll talk to Elizabeth, who's in Victoria, and you want to talk to Matt.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Your birth date, Elizabeth?
August 25th, 1931.
1931, okay.
31. Great. Any specific question?
I'd like to know about finances in the new year, if I'm going to get any help financially.
Okay, good question.
Again, did you say the 25th of August?
25th, 31. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're the first day of Virgo. The planet Jupiter is poised to enter the sign Pisces in February of 98, and this is an excellent time period for early-born Pisces and early-born Virgo people to make their move. One astrologer actually commented on what we call a transit. A transit is a planet in the sky in relation to a person's birth planet. And this one in particular, the Jupiter passing over your sun, is like being on a merry-go-round, and you have that moment in time where you can grasp the brass ring. And this is your time, February of 1998. Make use of it.
So there could be good things coming.
Definitely so. There is going to be some expansion in your life, and even possibly a journey.
Okay.
Something exciting and maybe even a surprise throughout 1998 for you as well.
Isn't that interesting? Now, we don't have enough time for another call before the break, but I also gave you, my husband's birthday is today. We have the same birthday. And you made some very strange and intriguing comments, and I didn't know that astrology sometimes is linked to reincarnation.
Yes.
But basically, he told me that we must have known each other in another life, and our charts say that we'd be quite compatible. Is that right?
It does show that quite strongly. You both have, well, obviously, the same sun degree in Capricorn. You both have excellent aspects to the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter always has to do with leadership and vision. We call the Jupiter types people who have ability to prophecy many times, and we find that Capricorns love to rule. They love to organize the
Kind
society.
of obnoxious, bossy people is what you're saying.
They can be that way, yes. Just ask them. They have a plan as a rule how things should run. And when you people met, you should have had that identification right away that you really knew each other.
Yeah, we got along really well, yeah.
I would think so.
Well, it's interesting on all those little symbols there. Now, we're going to let you know if you would like to have a proper reading with Mac McLaughlin. Now, in that case, a proper reading is something where you spend 2 hours. They get an audio tape at the end of it?
That's right. Yes.
Okay, and that's $150.
That's right.
Okay, now if you want a handwriting analysis from Trapper, then that is $25 that they can send you in the mail. Okay, so here's how you can get more information. Trapper, his name is Alan Hansen. You can send handwriting samples to 420-1147 Quadra Street, Victoria, BC, V8W 2K5, with a $25 check made out to Alan Hansen, and the phone number is 250-386-9455. And if you would like to have an astrological reading from Mac McLaughlin, who has a pretty good track record on these things, his address is 908-620 Toronto Street, Victoria, BC, V8V 1P7, and the phone number is 250-388-0415. And actually, they're probably good gifts for people too, right?
Oh, definitely so.
Okay,
yes.
and we'll be right back.
Bring in the pace car! Oh, the parking guy's waving us in. Thank you.
Meet the Toyota Sienna minivan. With its 194 horsepower V6 and smooth car-like ride,
Sure is a long way to park.
it handles like no minivan you've ever driven.
Ah, this must be it.
Toyota Sienna, the freedom of quality.
It's 7:45 p.m. and the sun will come out any minute now because the musical of tomorrow is back. That's right, it's the 20th anniversary Broadway production of Annie, the musical that got every award Broadway has to give. Everyone's gonna be there, so now's the time to get your tickets, cause Leapin' Lizards, tomorrow's only a day away for Annie.
1 week only at the QE. Tickets at Ticketmaster or charge by phone 280-4444. Now get Touched by Love, a new 36-song collection of the most popular soft rock hits.
I love you. I honestly love you. Sometimes when we touch,
You'll feel the magic of love in every song.
turn the other way. Baby, I love you to want me. Even the nights are better.
You are so beautiful.
Touched by Love is not sold in stores, so order now. Call toll-free now for Touched by Love. 2 cassettes $19.98, 2 CDs $26.98, plus $4.95 shipping. Call now.
And we're talking about your future, or our common future, and actually Trapper's going to do a couple of very quick handwriting analyses for us.
Okay, now here's Linda Newman.
Linda Newman, okay.
Okay, you're a very secretive person. And right now you have something wrong with the left leg, inner thigh, in that area. And you were closer to your father than you were to your mother. And you'll be traveling quite extensively in 1998. Now, here's one for Lori Carr-Abbott.
Carr-Abbott, yeah.
Carr-Abbott.
This is someone who works at the station, so.
Okay, now you have a very quick, detailed mind. always thinking ahead of itself, almost a week in advance. Also, you're a woman who thinks something out thoroughly, then uses immediate action. Very secretive about your personal life, and if told a secret, could keep a secret. Otherwise, your friends trust you with confidence.
Okay, that's very interesting. We'll go back to the phone lines, and I think we even have a general question here. But first, we'll start with Michelle in White Rock, and you'd like to speak to Mac.
Hi.
Hi, go ahead.
Hi, Michelle. What is your date of birth?
My date of birth is June 17th, 1963.
63. And what's on your mind?
I would just like to know what 1998 will bring.
Okay.
Nice general question for you.
So again, June 17th.
1963.
Okay. Again, Gemini with the moon in Aries. You certainly should be a very, very active person. And you'll fight for the underdog. That's one thing that Gemini has a strong ability with, is seeing both sides of any situation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see now. Yes, actually, this is about a year from now, you can expect some excellent opportunities to be taking off for you. It's not that you have to wait that long either, but it does imply that this is a very building time period for you, and a very strong learning curve from you, from what I can see. And also, like I told another Gemini earlier, expect some excellent surprises to be coming into your life in 1998.
So a positive thing.
Oh, definitely.
For all
so.
Geminis?
Well, no, not all Geminis, but she had something in common with the other person, that she had something in early Virgo. And the planet Jupiter entering Pisces is going to be opposing her planet Uranus, which means exciting surprises.
It's almost like a different language.
It is a totally different language.
Okay. Angie is from Langley in, I guess you're from Langley, and you want to talk to Trapper?
Yes.
Okay, so we need your hair color.
Okay, it's a golden blonde.
Golden blonde, okay, thank you for that. Now, I noticed while he's doing that almost everybody calling are women now. Why is that?
Well,
Every time when I used to do a radio show, it was almost all women.
Mm-hmm. Women go to the psychic world is because they're more intuitive.
But you're both men.
And anything that a mankind could not understand, he killed it. But women had to look after their children, so they had to be more intuitive to keep the children alive from snakes, lions, wolves, whatever. And while their husband was out hunting. This is why women are more intuitive.
Okay.
Now, on this, here you will self-sacrifice yourself a lot for a person who is handicapped. And right now you have two directions to take in life, and you're wondering which direction to take. Take the one that is the most positive and follow it. And will be helping somebody who is either crippled or disabled or mentally handicapped.
Okay, well that does sound like a self-sacrificing person. Okay, now here's a general question from Bobby in Victoria. Hi, Bobby.
Hi.
Hi, go ahead.
Hi. I don't know who I want to talk to, either Mac or the other one.
Trapper, yeah. Okay.
I just like to know what my near future holds for me.
Okay, so I guess we need both your hair color and your date of birth.
Okay, it's September 28th, 1969.
Okay.
And my hair color is brown.
Brown. All right. And I'll let them, maybe we'll just, if both of you can just do a briefer one than before. Do you want to?
Okay. Now, almost coming immediate. In 1998, you shall receive a raise in pay or a promotion. And it will concern a good sum of money that you will either inherit, win through a lawsuit, or just win through buying a lotto ticket.
So unexpected.
Unexpected, yeah.
Okay, and
I would say that this person is a very unusual person and highly gifted. A very, I would call this person a one-percenter in the sense that whichever way the crowd is going, she's walking the other way. Very, very strongly hinted at here. And also, too, she's encountering the Saturn return, the classic Saturn return at around 29 years old. That implies some important decisions coming up about work, love, health. All of it is on the board to be cleared during 1998. Make the best use of the time.
Okay. Well, that sounds like she's got good news all around. We found a man, and it's Glenn in Powell River. Hi, Glenn.
Hi.
Hi, go ahead.
Yeah, this is for Mac.
Okay.
Yeah, it's February the 7th, 51.
February 7th?
Yeah, February the 7th, 51.
Okay.
And I want to, planning on relocating next year and applying for a new job. How's that going to go?
Okay.
I would say excellent. Whatever you want to do, go for it. We've got 4 planets moving through the sign Aquarius right now. So anybody born in late January through to the middle of February, this is your time. This is your time to grab the tiger by the tail and go for it, because you really can't go wrong during this whole phase. And as a matter of fact, people who are born in 51 will be experiencing what we call the Jupiter return. Every 11 to 12 years, Jupiter returns to its own position from where it was at your birth. So this is a high and excellent time period for you, really.
Now, what happens if he does it and then it doesn't work out for him?
I'd be majorly surprised.
Okay.
And I'll quit.
Are you often surprised?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's talk to Carmen now in Nanaimo. Hi, Carmen. Is that right? Carmen? Okay, I can't give you much more time than that. Okay, I'm going to ask you a general question then. To what extent, if all of these things, if people can phone up and you can basically look at a book and give me this chart, to what extent should we even bother to choose? You know, I mean, maybe it's all predetermined.
Well, there is a good controversy about that, about fate against free will. As one of the ancient masters had said, that we all have karma from the past, and but we have always free will of choice of which way to go in our life. It's the set of the sail, not the force of the gale, that determines which way the ship will go. So in life, we always have choices to make.
You're just giving us the setting for some of them.
Yes, I show the doors that are available, and you make the choice which one you want to go through.
Like the big video game of life.
It is that, definitely.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more of your calls.
Deli shaved Black Forest ham, oven roasted turkey and chicken, assorted sub.
Popular downtown deli or the Winklers on Maple Street. Turn your home into a deli with the authentic taste of Maple Leaf sandwich meats. Deli shaved Black Forest ham, oven roasted turkey and chicken. Sub Express with ham, bologna, and summer sausage.
You forgot the musker on table 7.
And you forgot your check.
Maple Leaf sandwich meats. Taste that's a cut above.
You've always known how your touch can comfort your child. Clinical studies have recognized the positive effects of Vicks Vapor Rub for cold symptoms. We call it rub therapy. Combined with your loving touch, Vapor Rub can relieve cold symptoms while comforting your child. The warmth of your touch helps release medicated vapors which quickly relieve your child's nasal congestion and calm coughing from a cold. It also eases aching muscles. Vicks Vapor Rub puts the power to relieve in the palm of your hand.
This is the Pacific Coast Savings Member Card. You can use it for direct payment at grocery stores, restaurants, and other retailers across Canada, and for easy access to cash machines around the globe. So as soon as you have a member card, all this convenience can be yours, no matter where you are or how hard you're working. Visit your Pacific Coast Savings branch and ask about the member card today.
Celebrate with Party Time Volume 3, featuring Milli Vanilli, Salt and Pepper, Ram Jam, The Contours, and Boney M. 23 tracks of pure party mania, including Rick James. Over 75 minutes of explosive hits. It's the greatest collection of party hits ever. Pump it up at your next party with Party Time Volume 3. You just can't party without it. From SPG, in stores now.
And we're talking about 1998 and what to expect, and it's kind of nice to do a show that isn't quite so heavy as some of the others. Just before we go back to the phones, you're going to tell us a bit about someone many of you know, Mary Beth Burton. Yes, she is our anchor extraordinaire fill-in for the holidays and also a very good reporter, and you have her handwriting there.
Yes.
Okay, so what
I have
can you
Mary
tell?
Beth Burton's handwriting here. Now, very picky, fussy, meticulous. You are a perfectionist. Work best requires attention to detail. And if your emotions ever overruled your clear thinking, you could become very easily addicted to alcohol or drugs.
Oh my goodness.
Otherwise, you have an addictive personality. Also, very jealous and possessive for loved ones. And you have a good imagination, vision, and foresight, and can see things in the future to advance yourself. Very quick-minded, highly concentrated, intelligent type of brain. Your mind is way up there.
Oh, isn't that nice? I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that. And I think we'll go back to the phones and then we'll do some more of the handwriting because some of the viewers, quite a few of them sent stuff in. But let's talk to Rebecca now in Nanaimo. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Hi, go ahead.
Actually, I had kind of a bad 97.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just wondering how my 98's going to go.
Okay, well, that's sort of an astrology question, I think. Oh, no, I can't believe I did that.
Cut her off.
Yeah, I did. That's ridiculous. Can you do anything just by the cards from telling what she without her hair color?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then let's try that then, because I goofed and I cut her off. Now she's going to be saying, oh, no, I won't know. Mind you, she can contact you directly.
Okay, now you will have a great spiritual awakening. And the spiritual awakening will concern in an area of vegetation, either a restaurant with a lot of houseplants in it, or just out in the yard where there's lots of vegetation, and it will be with a man who's very athletic, well built,
well, that's probably something she'll be happy to
and
hear.
very spiritual.
A spiritual athletic man. That's probably good news for 98, yeah, okay. Let's talk to Dora from Brentwood Bay. Hi, Dora.
Oh, hi.
Hi, you wanted to also talk to Trapper?
Oh, my mom was going to, but this is Marion.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to do my birth date instead.
Sure, okay.
January 7th, 1958.
January 7th, 1958. Okay. Any specific question?
Oh, I just wanted to know what month of the year is going to be like for me.
Okay, that's a fair question.
Okay. Is it 57 or 58, did she say?
I think she said January 7th, 58.
January 7th, 58, yes. Yeah, you're in the middle of Capricorn. As a matter of fact, your sun's in Capricorn and moon is in Leo. And we say that Capricorn rules by delegated authority and Leo by divine right. So the combination is quite powerful. You find if you would check the corridors of politics, you'd find a whole lot of Capricorns and possibly Leos in there as well. It shows that there's a probability of a move or some type of a shift in your home life possibly. And I don't see that as being negative. As a matter of fact, I think that if we can call anything such as luck factors being high, yours are very, very high. You've got the planet Venus in the middle of the sign Aquarius, and it's being affected by Jupiter right now. So love and luck and money should be yours to be had.
Okay. Now, let's talk to Fred. There's another man on the line. Fred from Qualicum Beach. Hi, Fred.
Hello there.
Hi, and who's your question for?
Mac.
Okay, so we need your birthday.
February 6th, 54.
February 6th of 54.
Pretty good 97. Wondering about health and finances for 98.
Okay.
Well, you could put a bag over your head and stumble down Douglas Street and probably do very well. And if you took the bag off your head and made some effort, I think that you'll do very, very well. All the more, right through all of 98, your prospects for advancement are very, very good. I would say step forward with confidence.
Now, in that case, you haven't given anybody a negative reading yet, though.
I never do.
Okay, but in that case, if they're going to have a bad year, what would you say? That be careful about this, be careful about that?
Yes, I would help them to understand that the probabilities that where any danger might lie.
Okay.
But I always put it in constructive terms. This is one of the hangovers from the astrology of the past. It was fatalistic, event predictive, and psychologically frightening, and nobody really wants to hear that stuff. So as modern-day counselors, we best be able to help people and inspire them with some love.
Okay, so you can basically tell them when to expect it to be really good or when it can be challenging.
Yes, well, in the readings, they're very, very intimate and very personal and very revealing. But again, when I move the person toward the door, I hope that they have some hope and love in their heart to go with.
Okay, well, that's a nice message.
Oh, quick.
Hi, Doreen from Surrey.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, you wanted to talk to Trapper?
Either. My birth date is May 14, 33.
Okay.
And I'm wondering about family, money, and health in the future.
And your hair color is?
Well, it was brown.
It was brown?
It's
okay.
gray.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Doreen. Now, in a case like that, if gray is the color now, can you go with that? Or,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, here you are, getting along very well with your lover, and you can expect some money coming from being at a party. Someone will tell you how to make money. And it'll be at a party, and you become a very wealthy person and a powerful person through this.
Wow. Maybe it's just really lucky people who are phoning us today.
We're just being nice today.
We're just being nice. That's right. Now, where am I going from here, Dave? Invisible Man. Okay, Barbara and Victoria.
Oh.
And it's for Trapper. Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
Hi. So
it's actually for maybe both of them. I have dark brown hair. I was born January 20th, 1969. And I'm finally realizing long-term goals, but seem to be moving farther away from emotional fulfillment. How would you both describe my characteristics and what is in store for me in the near future?
Okay, well, I'll tell you one right away. She's organized. She thinks ahead. She writes down her question before she gets on the air. There's some things, and I'm not even psychic.
Go ahead, Trapper.
Okay. Soon there will be a very sad experience, and it'll be through alcohol. And it will be a friend of yours, not you, but a friend of yours who has blonde hair with light eyes. Now, here you're doing very well yourself. Everything you touch will prosper, and everything you plant will grow. It will be a very prosperous year for you. And you will be given a lot more responsibility to handle, but you will handle it.
Okay, now let's see. Now, does that jive with what you're reading there?
Well, I have a different take on it. Hey? I have a different way of looking at things here. From what I can see is that it's a time period of things opening as never before, possibly for her. She might not be able to be affecting her will as easily as she would like to. There might be a bit of a confused state going about. But however it is, for all Aquarians, they must make use of the time. Even with any kind of setback at all, this is really the time for the Aquarians to seize the moment.
Carpe diem. Okay, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of your calls. And I think also we should look a little bit at the year ahead for BC and see what kind of predictions, maybe some political predictions. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, we'll be right back.
The gloves are off at your participating Up Island Honda dealers. Buy or lease a new 1998 Civic hatchback and take delivery by January 5th. We'll make your first payment, plus drive away with 3.8% financing. Rev in the new year at Discovery Honda in Duncan or Island Honda in Courtney.
What do you love about MeTV?
For me, it's sports.
Everyone has found their favorites.
So into history.
But alas, the MeTV free preview will soon be history. So call today to order. Then you can keep on enjoying all of MeTV's 16 great channels whenever you want, wherever you want.
For me, it's comedy.
Call 1-888-ROGERS-1 to get MeTV for as little as $5.99 a month. You could even win 50 grand. Be sure to order before the preview ends.
It's only a little scratch.
Here a scratch, there a scratch, everywhere a scratch, and they all look awful. What you need is GT88 Scratch Remover. It's from the makers of DD7. GT88 gets rid of all those surface scratches and paint swirls quickly and easily. Simply rub it into the scratch, then polish to a beautiful finish. The scratch is gone. GT88 is not an abrasive, and it works perfectly on any color. Would you do this to a brand new Jaguar? Ouch! But GT88 removes that awful scratch quickly and easily. It'll even remove paint scrapes and ugly rust. GT88 is only $19.95. But order now and get a second tube for only $10. That's two for just $29.95. Order your GT88 scratch remover now.
Call toll-free 1-800-937-0874 or send $19.95 for one tube, $29.95 for two tubes plus shipping to the address on your screen. Order now. That's 1-800-937-0874.
The gloves are off at your participating Up Island Honda dealers. Buy or lease a new 1998 Civic sedan and take delivery by January 5th. We'll make your first payment, plus drive away with 3.8% financing. Rev in the new year at Campbell River Honda in Campbell River and Nanaimo Honda in Nanaimo.
And coming up, we'll talk about BC government public accounts, and we have a political panel on Monday, Mike and John. The Fletcher Challenge strike is coming up next week, and we'll also take a look at the University Model Parliament or Youth Parliament and whether or not they can do things more sensibly than the ones who are actually elected to office. Anyway, just before we go back to the phones, what's interesting, what many people may not know, is at one point in BC politics, Mike Harcourt, Gordon Campbell, and Gordon Wilson, all Capricorns, and you'd mentioned that a lot of Capricorns go into political office.
Yes, they love to organize society. They care what happens in the society, and generally they're very good at making things work in a rhythmic way.
Interesting. Yes. And now, if we look ahead at the year ahead, any ideas of you? Actually, Trapper, you'd said you thought you might predict a few things in '98.
Okay, now Glenn Clark will have to step down because of trouble with native land claims.
Oh, that's
The-
interesting.
The natives all throughout British Columbia are becoming very militant, especially the young guys. And there'll be a whole bunch of trouble. They'll almost have to double the RCMP force to keep control. But somehow Clark will have to step down because of this and also the fisheries.
Interesting. Okay, and you have two more viewers' handwriting that you
Yes, I have Beverly Curry here. Now, you're headed into a good year, but a year where you got to be very careful of being taken advantage of by friends or relatives because you're too generous and kind-hearted. Very naive. You don't understand that people will always take advantage of you. And you're very stubborn and persistent, and you head direct into something. You don't waste no time about it.
Okay. And you had another one there that you were going
Yeah.
to do? Obviously, depending on how much time you take, you can give a lot more details that you see.
Yeah, now here, this is for Sylvia. And at the present time, Sylvia, you have problems with both eyes. Probably a cataract upon the left one, and also trouble with your left shoulder.
You can get things like that from handwriting?
Yeah. I'm not a medical doctor, but
That's
you
what
can
you
come
see
pretty
there.
close to stuff. Diseases, all that, eh?
Really?
Yeah. Now, here you receive a call that will take you on a fast journey, and it will be beside a river. And there, you will get good news. And I think the news will be of the birth of a child.
Okay, and I think that was the fax from Swantula. Is that what it says at the
Yeah.
top? Okay, now if any of you have faxed us this after hearing from this, if you want to fax us your response about how accurate you think it was, we'd be very interested in that. But we better go back to the phones, and let's talk to Kara in Coquitlam.
Hi, Happy New Year.
And to you too.
Thank you. For Mac, please.
Okay.
My birth date is May 7th, 1966.
Okay.
And
What
I'm
question?
I'm interested in health, finances, and marriage.
Okay. May 7th, 1966. Yes, you're born right in the middle of Taurus with the Sagittarius moon. And basically what this implies, Taurians have one way, theirs. They're very, very strong-minded people, but oftentimes they get a little bit of a bad rap in the sense that we always think that Taurians are very, very stubborn and resistant, but really they're ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus is about love and affection. So that's one thing I find about Taurian people is that they are very, very easygoing, fun-loving characters as a rule. And I think that they're very good with finances as a rule as well. And with the Sagittarius moon, you might very well have a very high instinctual ability to pick up on all kinds of things, which generally Taurus doesn't do. But the Sagittarius moon will see the future from time to time and possibly fret about it. And it does imply important decisions coming up for you in 1998. You might very well change your employment or some very unique thing. And I would imagine as a child and even possibly now, you might very well be a jock. You might have a very strong body. Oftentimes, Taurians are very, very graceful with great muscular tone as well.
Okay, wow,
Yes.
that's a lot of detail. Okay, let's talk to Gail in Vancouver now, and you have a question for Trapper, I think.
Hi, I'm almost afraid to ask, but I had a sort of mixed bag 97, and I wanted to find out if 98 is going to go any better.
Right, and so we need the color of your hair.
It's brown.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, at this present time, you have two decisions to make, and the decisions are concerning money. You shall receive money, and you do have money now, and you will pick the right direction where to use this money. And then this money will bring you more money.
Okay, I want to show them some of those cards actually a little bit later. Maybe we're not using them. And now we have Thelma in Victoria, and I think it's for Mac. Hi, Thelma.
Hi.
Hi, go ahead.
Your date, please?
21st of May, 1923.
1923. Okay.
Any specific question?
Well, just what's in store for me in the new year.
Okay, that's a good general question.
Okay, 21st of May. Yes, another Taurus. A Taurus with a Leo moon. Our dear Queen Elizabeth has the same combination.
Really? What year of birth is she?
I think 1926. I'm not really sure. I think it's 1926. However it is, you have the same combination, Sun and Taurus, Leo moon, so it shows that you have a very warm heart and are basically resistant to change as well. Let's see what else I can see coming up for you. Yes, this is a time of a turn for you in your life. You might have to definitely take it much easier than you did in the last year. It shows there's been a time of strain and stress in 1997 for you. So again, I think that you'll find that as you move into 98, that pressure will be released and you'll feel a lot better probably.
Okay, well that's interesting.
Okay.
We don't have time for any more calls, but can you pass me some of those cards, Mac? I think I'd like to show
Sure.
them to them. And did you do a reading of the Royals this year?
Yes, I have those. I have that in my mind at all times, actually.
Do you?
The Royals charts, yes.
And so what kind of, these are some of the tarot cards, the Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles, the Magician, and all of these things were depending on the Knight of Pentacles. So
Excellent symbolism in those cards. Hey?
yeah. Now, what did you see when you looked ahead as far as the royal family goes?
I'm still very concerned for them. Matter of fact, the whole thing about the Diana story was that I was concerned about William, and I still am. I think that Diana was the tip of the iceberg of what's going to happen in the Royals. I think by the year 2000, if not by 2001, the monarchy as we know it will be changed quite dramatically. And I'm very, very concerned about the Queen's health.
And
The Queen's mother will die this year.
You think so, in 98? Okay, well,
in
we
the fall
will
of this year.
We will check on that and see how accurate you were. Thank you very much. This was very interesting, and I look forward to seeing how well we've done.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you as well.
Okay, and if you'd like to contact us, this is how you can do it. You can write to us at Tyabji at 780 Kings Road, Victoria, BC. And I think we're not going to show you today. So, oh, there it is. And it's V8T582, fax 250-389-1226. Email us, tyabji@wic.ca. And our internet website, which has information from this and other shows, is www.checktv.com. And we'll be right back.
Vancouver Island's homegrown food store. Well, we better do that again.
Post Raisin Bran. Oh yeah, the raisins, that's what makes it. Raisins got lots of iron in it, so that's important for me. Craft dinner, macaroni and cheese. The kids love it. Wow, another quick and easy, not too many pots and pan kind of dinner.
Smiles in the aisle for you. Vancouver Island's homegrown food store. Thrifty Foods.
Walk into the 1998 Pacific International Auto and Light Truck Show, and you could drive home a winner in a brand new 98 Honda Accord Coupe V6, valued at over $36,000. To enter, fill in the ballot in the Vancouver Sun, or drop by the BCTV display at the show. And while you're there, check out the over 560 new automobiles, from the latest in luxury to sports utility vehicles and much more. Drive home a winner at the Pacific International Auto and Light Truck Show, January 9th to 18th at BC Place. Brought to you by the Vancouver Sun, CKNW, and BCTV.
If you want to stop smoking in one night, you must see hypnotist Romaine. Thousands stop smoking with no stress, no withdrawal, no weight problems.
Vance Romaine has changed my whole life.
There was no withdrawal.
I have no cravings at all.
Threw the cigarettes away that night.
If I can do it, you can do it. Try it, it works.
Receive a written lifetime guarantee. Romaine is coming to your area. Coming to Victoria, Courtney, Campbell River, and Nanaimo. Call Ticketmaster or Type Mark Theater for tickets.
Has the answer.
It's here. The Check TV Grizzlies giveaway at the Auto Show, January 9th to 18th. Brought to you by Check TV, the Province and Rock 101. Enter to win Grizzlies tickets and souvenir packages daily. Plus, be eligible to win the grand prize, a suite for 10 to watch the Grizzlies play Sacramento this spring. Check the province for contest details or enter at the show. Visit the show January 10th to meet Antonio Daniels in person. Grizzlies fans receive 2-for-1 admission to the Auto Show at BC Place with any ticket from any home game. It's here.
Generally, we only hear about provincial public accounts when it's budget time, and that's every spring. But Finance Minister Andrew Petter has to be held accountable for last year's spending. We'll talk about the recent public accounts record with our political panel on Monday. And you know, it's interesting. Sometimes you're a little wondering whether or not you should do a show like today's show. It's a bit of a risk when you usually do politics and current events, but I can see from here that all 10 lines are still ringing even after we've closed the lines. So obviously many of you would like to hear more from our guests, and here's how you can contact them if you didn't get a chance to talk to them today. Trapper is Alan Hansen, handwriting samples to 420-1147 Quadra Street, Victoria, BC, V8W2K5, and you can contact Mac McLaughlin. He's an astrologer at 908-620 Toronto Street, Victoria, BC, V8V 1P7, and the phone numbers are there as well. And there were a number of very specific recommendations or I guess predictions for 1998. We will check back on it in a year, and perhaps even halfway through the year we'll take a look at some of the significant events. And we'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend.